Hi everyone, this is Melody here. I am an interior designer and decorator. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the most confused building design industry professionals, outlining their specialism and disparities with a focus on interior design. Though interior design is a well-known discipline in the design industry and amongst people, still, unfortunately, many do not know what interior designers exactly do or what they can't. Knowing the difference between an architect, an interior designer, and interior decorator helps you either if you are trying to work at a discipline to continue your education in the building design industry, or especially if you have a project that needs a designer to get involved, then you will get your expectations right. You'll exactly know to whom you should approach or what services and skills you require from your building professional. However, many times these three disciplines get mixed for one another, which is sort of annoying to designers working in the building industry. And I tell you why. Because first and foremost, they have studied different subjects at university. Starting with architecture, lots of classes to attend, lectures and discussions in a variety of subjects from building systems and materials, architectural history, construction and design studio, to technologies, sustainability, cost planning, and economics. As an architectural student, you have to learn how to use different softwares like CAD and Revit yourself, should be getting on with building design, working on your design portfolio. You must come with new ideas all the time and working on your submissions and be excellent at time management to make it your strongest point. You also have to present your ideas to a tutor group every week and get critical feedback, which, believe me, it's hell of a stressful life. Architecture is a professional course and it demands a lot of commitment. Architectural students' life revolves around designs, submissions, and deadlines. But there is a big but here. A big but. Architecture in real life is way different from what we learn at school. You must be tough to make it through. Graduating from architecture school, find a proper job in this industry, get experience for minimum 2 years, pass that exam, and get yourself registered is all about tears, sweat, and blood. Oh God. Interior architecture students study subjects like design theory and history, building systems and technologies, sustainability, project management, access and public safety considerations, and the Australian codes and standards that relate to these areas. Legally, in order to be able to use the title of architect in Australia, architects must be board registered. This means architect or interior architect, they must completed a recognized university degree, usually between 5 to 6 years of study, a required level of on-job experience for minimum 2 years, followed by an architectural practice examination. Studying interior design definitely involves learning about materials, finishes, and colors, but formal training also covers planned spaces according to planned use, considering the walls, floors, and ceilings, as well as elements such as spatial allocation and circulation, design of joinery, a specification of finishes, fixtures, and fittings, providing a full design service for initial concept creation right through to construction documentation and project management. Basically, it's a job that requires construction knowledge. Professional interior designers usually hold a diploma, associate, or bachelor's degree worth 2 to 4 years of life, or find their way up by having at least 5 years experience under their belt in a related industry such as architecture or building design. Professional interior decorators, on the other hand, typically hold a qualification in interior decoration, normally a diploma, or they do a short-term course. However, one can still practice without necessarily take any classes. No need to take any official course at all. So literally, anyone can become an interior decorator. This is not necessarily a bad thing, but formal education is also important. It's worth mentioning that interior decorators providing full services as an interior designer in Victoria, where I live, without the required registration and insurance requirements, are in breach of the state's building regulations. So, before shaking hands with your potential client, check the regulations in your state. I think we already got to the point to clearly understand why getting these three disciplines mixed up for one another could be a source of frustration to designers in the building industry. Each of the professionals in this industry has their own job descriptions and expertise. An architect is a person who plans, designs, and oversees the construction of buildings. An architect is a specialist in design. Their main area of skill and expertise is in maximizing design opportunities for your building, your site, and your budget. And architects are able to make additions and structural modifications to the interior of buildings on a reasonably large scale. They can achieve the best possible design and value outcome for clients, draw and deliver buildings, consulting with a variety of other professionals from engineers to soil testers and energy consultants on behalf of their client, handling the building approvals and development applications, and be their client's representative on site during construction. The terms interior designer and interior architect are often used interchangeably. However, the biggest difference with an interior designer is that an interior architect generally extends across the whole scope of a design project from start to finish. Interior architect is an architect who's necessarily responsible for the design of the physical interior space itself. They undertake everything from design strategy and concept phase to evaluate options and develop design. In addition, they also undertake the interior design function. Imagine building as a box. Architects take care of the designing of the exterior part of this box, like a shell. How it looks like from outside, layout of the rooms, and the place of doors and windows are things that architects take care of. They also decide on technology, type of the roof, placing the facilities, and much more relating to the building. Then interior designers take this shell and start working on the inside, and as the name suggests, designing the interior part of the building. They are allowed to make some changes like demolition of the walls, space planning, changing the floorboards, layout of the kitchen, specifying fixtures, and drawing new joinery. In the end, the role of an interior decorator comes into play. They generally dress an interior for aesthetic purposes to improve the look of an existing space. This is the hierarchy of these professions in terms of the stages they are involved. First, architects take care of the design of the building. Means they can make changes to the structure. Then they hand it over to interior designers to work with fixed items inside the building. And while interior design is more based around making hard changes, decoration is about soft changes, which means working with loose items. We know that interior architects are able to accomplish interior design projects. Likewise, an interior designer doesn't necessarily require the services of a decorator as a specific contractor. However, architects and decorators do not have much in common. As a rule of thumb, if you already have a structure built and you are looking for interior design changes and services, then in most cases you require the help of an interior designer. But if you need a home built from scratch, then we say hire an architect and possibly an interior designer if you need help on the interior side of the building. Covering the basics about architectural side of the project, now we are officially moving to interior design and decoration, which are the main subjects on this channel. Technically saying, interior design covers one broad field called spatial design. It is a complex subject that requires a huge amount of skill and knowledge to undertake. It covers a lot of items from design, decoration, and makeovers. The description of an interior designer is small, but the field is huge, and each area requires a skilled practitioner. Interior design is a language that enables us to create an environment that reflects our lifestyle. It is an arrangement to accomplish a purpose, and that purpose is to create an environment which is beautiful, pleasing, and functional using particular techniques. It is about finding a harmony in a space that engages all our senses: hearing, smell, touch, and in particular sight. A successful design engages and impacts all our senses. In a well thought out space, you can be inspired to work late, be calm, organized, or sleep longer. A space also can encourage activity or make you feel in a certain way, like excited, welcomed, and safe in a space. A good interior designer needs to make a place more useful, ensuring the user can find all their needs met moving through an interior space. Interior design is a complex process of continual questions that we need to ask to ensure that the product will do what we expect of it. Saying, "I just like the look of it," is not enough. We need to be able to justify why we have selected this finish or that particular product to use. In order to make a good interior designer, we need to gain some real experience of how this industry works. We need to be able to think three-dimensionally, have a good knowledge of design and furniture history, to know products and finishes, demonstrate your ideas in the form of drawings so that the design can be understood, be able to use your creativity and show how to apply those ideas in practice, and last but not least, the knowledge of the steps to take a project from concept stage down to completion. Interior decoration is the visually aesthetic side of interior design. It's dressing the interior of an existing building. As I mentioned before, architects do the shell, the outside, the exterior part of the building. Interior designers do the inside of the building, like hard changes, and interior decorators make that space look good. They're trying to improve the look in alignment with the client's brief. Interior decoration generally involves working with loose items that can be purchased individually or specified in writing, such as wallpaper, paint, furnishings, floor coverings, fabrics, artwork, rugs, carpet, and decorative objects. Interior decorators are not involved in structural planning, access and egress issues, or health and safety planning for occupants. However, to be an interior decorator requires a great deal of knowledge and skills, especially about color, texture, fabrics, and furnishings, as well as being fluent with the available products on the market. As mentioned before, architects can accomplish interior designers' job and interior designers can do interior decoration. However, the opposite is not possible. An interior decorator does not have the skills and knowledge needed for full interior projects like design, drawing joineries, or spatial planning. This is where you can be your own interior decorator and stylist, because I believe you do not need to attend university or take any courses to be able to decorate your own house and live stylish. As discussed before, you need formal education when it comes to practicing architecture and interior design. Whereas for decoration, formal education is not necessary, but still, in order to make a professional interior decorator, a great deal of knowledge is needed, meaning that the information you can find on this channel could be enough for you to learn about tips and tricks, terms, and rules within this industry, and particularly interior decoration. Well, it is true, it takes time for it to become your second nature. But remember, practice makes master. It is all for introduction session. Today we learned the difference between architecture, interior design, and decoration, the level of education each needs, what exactly they do, what is their purpose, and how to become a good designer. On my next video, I'm going to be talking about the theory of interior design. So either if you are an interior designer student or decorator, or you only want to learn how to decorate your own house, this channel is for you. I am making a series of videos on how to become our own interior designer. It's going to be about design, interior, how to decorate a place, and much more is coming. Thank you very much for watching me. I really hope that you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, leave me some comments, stay tuned for the coming videos. See you next week. Bye. Building.